So the video you're about to watch, I did it on Saturday night. Very, very busy day for me. I went and delivered a load of lumber to one person. I picked up logs from another person. Came home and milled. Had the dog escape from the house. Had to chase after her for a little while. Had a visitor come over and we visited for a while, and then I got into canning hamburger. Oh my goodness, what a busy day. It was just, I got a little bit of work done with the tractor, got a little bit of my wood stack organized. It was just a busy day, but I didn't get near enough done. So the video you're about to watch is just part of my busy weekend. How I spent one evening. Canning the hamburger. I cooked the burger down, par cooked it. It's not cooked all the way through, still got red chunks in it. And now I am putting it in the jars with the help of my funnel and 2 spoons so I can squish out a bunch of the liquid. I don't put the liquid in with my hamburger. It's water and oil or fat. And I just prefer not to have all that fat in with my burger. A little bit is okay, but I don't want all of that liquid in there. Kind of like when you're cooking a burger for spaghetti or whatever, you drain off some of the fat, and that's pretty much what I'm doing. And I've got my canner started warming up. I've got that many jars so far done, but I just got it heating up. Get all of these jars done in here and let it steam out the vent for 10 minutes, and then put the weight on, and then I will let it get up to 10 psi or 10 pounds on the gauge, and then I will start a timer for 75 minutes. And that is how I can hamburger. A real quick tutorial on how I can hamburger. And I didn't add any spices or anything to this. I just prefer to add the spices later when I am cooking it for whatever dish. Okay, I got it all spooned out. My jar is packed down. It's relatively full. And I'm just gonna get, this has got just a little bit of vinegar in it. I want to get the lid or the rim of the jar good and clean so that I get a good seal, because this stuff is really fatty, and I am a very messy canner, so I got fat all down in there. My spoon, you can see the fat on it. So I am very messy about it, and I need to find my lid, get a lid on there, and put this in the canner and get the top put on the canner. Put the lid on. Tighten the ring down finger tight, not too tight. And I'll wipe the oil off the bottom of that so I don't have more oil inside my canner. It's going to be bad enough as it is. And all of that will go to the puppy dogs for tomorrow's breakfast. They'll be very happy about that. So there we go. That is just over 8 pounds of hamburger. Before I started cooking it down and everything, pretty much a pound in each jar is what it equals out to. And I am going to get the lid on there so that it will warm up faster, and because it's already about 10 o'clock at night and I need to get to sleep at some point tonight so that I can get up and start my day all over again about 6 o'clock. So I have a little while left to go, but let's get this going. Let's try to speed it up. So there we go. I have canner lid on. It's gonna have to warm up. Take it probably about a half hour, 45 minutes just to get that far, get it warmed up. so that I get some steam coming out of here. Once I see a steady stream of steam coming out of this part, then I'll start a timer for 10 minutes. And as soon as 10 minutes is over, or after I've known it's steamed for 10 minutes, then I will stick my weight on there. And then I will watch this gauge, and once it hits 10 psi, then I'll start my timer for 75 minutes. I will cook it for 75 minutes, and I'll turn the heat down once I put the weight on and I get this up to about, when it gets to be about 8 or 9 psi, I'll actually turn the heat down on my stove so that I keep it right around 10 psi or 10 pounds of pressure for that 75 minutes. And that's all I do. Canning is a lot easier than people think, especially with the modern canners. They're a lot safer than they ever were. A lot of people are afraid to can because they hear the stories of them blowing up, and I'm pretty sure with all the safety features that they have on these anymore, as long as you check and make sure that this isn't clogged and make sure that your little valve here is working proper, you're safe. So it'll keep it from overpressurizing and blowing up on you. And I forgot to mention the reason I'm canning this hamburger up is to get it out of the freezer, because I want to go down and buy some more of the $2.29 a pound chicken and get that into the freezer. So I want to get this canned up and get it out of the freezer so I have more room for more chicken. Well, it's a good price because the sale ends on Wednesday and I won't have time to can any of that this weekend. My original plan was to can the package of chicken that I got for $1 a day preps, but that's going to have to wait till probably next week. With all of the work I have to do outside because of the snow, getting the tires changed over. I have 2 people calling me about getting logs off of their land before it gets any worse. And I went and dropped off some lumber with somebody else today that I milled for them. So I'm pretty busy on everything that's going on. So I'm just going to try to fit everything in as I can. So tonight, Saturday night, I don't have to work in the morning, so I'll be able to sleep in till about 6, get a little bit more sleep, and so I've just decided to get this done. So you can see the steam coming out now. Put the weight on. My timer just went off. It won't take very long. That'll pop up. There it goes, starting to pop up. You don't have to do that. It would have popped itself up. I just didn't want to make this clip really, really long. So it is getting close now. So I'm going to go ahead and turn down the heat. Usually right about 4, between 4 and 5. It'll still climb, keep climbing. But I want to try to get a handle on it so it doesn't climb too high. 75 minutes to go with this. I just cannot let it drop below the 10, otherwise I have to start the whole process over again with getting it back up to 10 psi and then starting the timer again. So I don't want to have to do that, that's for sure. But 75 minutes from now, I will be able to go to bed. I'll just turn, once I get, my timer goes off, I'll turn the heat off, I'll let this sit overnight, and I won't worry about it until morning. It's the next morning, and my canner has let all the pressure out. I'll take the lid off. Problem. Open it up. Get it away from myself. And there are all of my cans of meat, or jars of meat. And whew. I don't know that I really care too much for the smell that comes out of there. Some people say it smells really good. I'm not really caring for that smell, but it goes away pretty fast. Okay, here we have all of the hamburger out, all 8 jars. So remember, I started out with a little bit over 8 pounds. I got 8 jars, so pretty much each jar is the equivalent of 1 pound of cooked hamburger. That's what it looks like. And those juices will solidify. And that's still the hamburger fat in there. You can't get it all out, and you don't want to get it all out, but you don't want to put all of it in there either from the cooking, or at least I don't. I drain off some of my hamburger fat when I make hamburger before I put it into spaghetti or anything. So, and now I have another form of hamburger. Instead of this stuff just sitting in my freezer, I have this. It's shelf stable. I'm not taking up the room in my freezer, which I'm going to use that room for something else now. I can put these on my shelf, and they'll keep for a few years for me, no problem. And we can use them when we're in a hurry. We don't want to sit and cook the hamburger when we're making spaghetti or something. We just open up a jar of hamburger meat and warm it up, and we have pretty much instant spaghetti, or as instant as I can get for my spaghetti. That is me canning a little bit of hamburger. I hope you all enjoyed the video. May God bless and keep each and every one of you. And with that, I'm out.